he wants to cut some shit.
Yeah, we all want to cut shit. I like cutting shit. What's going on, everybody? Chaseontwowheels here, and today we have another episode of Wreck Bike Rebuild Garage. Today we are going to be working on our CBR300, and before we get to work, got to do a shout out to our beautiful people over on Patreon that allow this content to be made. So if you enjoy more in-depth knowledge, actually all the knowledge is over there on Patreon, but we do longer cuts over there on Patreon, has way more information. So if you guys are interested in learning how to work on motorcycles, highly recommend it. And little cherry on top, you can win the motorcycles. We got 3 CBRs this season, CBR 3, 6, and 1000. So 3 chances all over there for season 5. So if you guys are into it, go check it out, top link down below. But in today's episode, we're working on the CBR300, and what we got to do, we got something cool, and I can show you guys. Check this out. For you guys that don't know, we are making a flat tracker. Bo, while I'm showing the seat, pull me up a photo of a flat tracker. So guys, we got our seat in. We even got the tail light. We ain't even gonna worry about the tail light. This is our seat. Check out the freaking tail fin section. Awesome looking seat. Literally got it off eBay, and it came in like 2 days, which was shocking because, you know, COVID times. Oh, Bo's got a flat tracker. For you guys that aren't aware, what we are doing to our CBR300 is totally different than probably something you've ever seen. We're making it into a flat tracker. If you don't know what that is, it looks like that. Don't worry, there's a better image on the screen right now that Bo's gonna save while he's looking at it and then put it on the screen. So that's gonna be our end goal for the CBR. It will be road legal. It'll just be this cool flat tracker vibe. With that seat, Brian, I'm gonna get around you real quick. As you guys can see, Brian's getting prepped because he wants to cut things. This seat is gonna go about right here on this CBR. We're just gonna leave it right there. If you guys notice, that is way off. We're gonna have to lower the back. We're gonna have to raise the front to get the angle more like that. Because as you guys saw, oh my God, I'm gonna drop this. As you guys saw in that photo, flat trackers have kind of a flat seat situation. So today, we're gonna be modifying the frame, one, to get the seat to fit correctly, but as you guys can see, there's lots of little bits and bobs on here that we don't need anymore. We're not gonna be putting the old fairings on, so we are going to cut them off so we can have a streamlined looking tubular frame. Look at this. This is gonna be cool as hell. So, first step today, get the seat modified to get angled correctly, cut stuff off. Our goal, if we can get to it, is to have the frame ready for powder coat. As you guys can see over here, this is our CBR 600 stuff. So we've fully disassembled it. It is ready for powder coat. We want to get the 300 we want to get the 300 to that point so we can make one big run to the powder coat, guys. So in today's episode, we're going to be taking it apart, cutting it up, getting the seat ready to go. I think Brian is excited because today starts the process of like we did with our bobber build. All right, hold on. So today we're gonna be doing stuff like you did with the bobber, where things get really loud, lots of sparks fly, and the engine, or the bike, is not gonna look the same when we're done with it. So, first step, modify the seat area and use that. Yes, absolutely. So we're gonna start cutting stuff, and we'll check in. We don't know what we're doing, so we're gonna be just kind of modifying. We're gonna have to put the belly tray. Shit.
You did it wrong.
I did it too.
Because I messed it up, you messed it up.
To be clear, when we were filming the Patreon edit, I said the right word. The
battery tray.
It wasn't battery tray. Package tray. Package tray. We're gonna have to.
There's not really packages you can put it in. It's more there to hold the battery than anything else.
Okay, the official name that we're using is now battery tray. You said package tray on the day that you were giving me shit about the name, but this is officially the battery tray. First step, put the battery tray in, see what we need to keep on the frame, then we can start cutting all the extra shit off. Also probably gonna put the gas tank on. I'm gonna stop talking, and we got work to do. Let's go. I'm gonna say let's go, and you do zah. Let's go. right, guys, so we've gone through, figured out what we needed. One of the things we did was, one, we just put the seat on to kind of see how it was laying. But as you guys can see, we put the gas tank on, and you guys saw in the video, we just used a little silver Sharpie and just went through and kind of judged, you know, we need this tab because it holds this battery tray. We don't need this, we don't need this, don't need that. The majority of the stuff that we're going to be cutting off looks like it's just like one little weld to the frame. So hypothetically, we can just cut it right there. To cut it, Brian, will you hold up the angle grinder?
We already showed them this.
Yeah, but just in case people don't know.
So this cutoff wheel on our angle grinder, it's pretty much as thin a blade as you can get for these things, and it'll help us make as small a cut as we can.
For you guys that never cut bikes up, I mean, I don't recommend it unless you know what you're doing, but simple little tool you can get from a home improvement store to cut this thing up. So we've got our marks, we've got our grinder. The majority of the marks, as you guys can see, are in the back. We don't want to do too much to the front because there's a lot of wires, there's the radiator, there's the gas tank. A lot of this stuff stays. The major things in the front that are getting cut off are these little fairing tabs here and here. And then there's two on the other side. So we're gonna get to cutting and see how this goes. You guys ready for sparks? I'm ready for sparks. Sparks are fun. Okay. All right, guys, safety on two wheels back. I don't have goggles on. Safety on two wheels back at it again with the grinding. So look at that. We have cut.
It was already cocked. I had to.
We've cut off a ton of stuff. So good. We haven't cut everything off. We do have stuff more to cut, but the majority of the cutting is done, and I am very excited to show you guys. We just filmed a Patreon version of this, but we put the seat down on just how we cut it off. Brian, if you'll grab the seat and show them, you guys are not gonna believe this is. We did not plan for what's about to happen, but look how good the angling of the freaking seat is. Look at that. Is that not the coolest freaking shit? Perfectly flat.
Man, this is gonna be cool.
I will tell you, I dead ass. I have not been. I thought this was gonna be a cool build, but the second we cut the frame like that and the seat fit perfectly, I'm like, dude, this thing is going to be so freaking legit. So here, Brian, I'll give you the seat back. So back here was like the passenger seat, latch, even the battery tray fits in fine and just pokes a little out here. I guess we could show that. So look at that. We cut those big pieces out here. There was that big bracket that did the tail. Now that fits perfectly across. So what we're thinking about doing is doing a kind of a crossbar here, then we're gonna have to figure out the tail section. Something I didn't realize in this video is I was hoping we could get it to a powder coat level in this video. That's definitely not gonna happen. We were talking a second ago, before this thing goes to powder coat, that seat needs to be fully attached because there's no.
We need to be able to mount everything.
Yeah, there's no grinding, there's no welding after powder coat. Powder coat is the final process. So CBR is going to be here. CBR300 is going to be here for a second, but check that freaking out, man. I am so happy with that. Dude, this angle looks really good too. Holy crap, man.
It's amazing that this bike looks even smaller than it did before.
I know, but it's now like it's turning into like this badass little thing. All right, so our next steps, we do have a couple more final pieces to cut off. And after we cut those off, Are we gonna start like finishing these up, Brian? Is that our next kind of?
Yeah, we're gonna cut the rest of the stuff off, and then we're gonna grind all of our cuts smooth.
As you guys can see, these things are jagged as hell because we're just kind of doing rough stuff right now. But okay, so get the finished cuts moved or done, grind it down, smooth down. What's after that?
After that, then we're gonna have to start fabbing up some seat brackets.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have to brace that tail section just a little bit.
Yeah, Brian was I think that was on the Patreon edit, but Brian pushed these two together because obviously there's no support here in the back, and he could literally push the.
He squeezed the frame.
Yeah, he squeezed the frame, so that's not a good thing. Okay. Also, if you're doing grinding at your home, wear safety gear. Like this Ruroc snowboarding helmet that was sitting inside of my garage. I'm glad I finally got to use this for safety.
Also, maybe move flammable things out of the way.
Is that your bow information of the episode? All right, guys, we're gonna get back to cutting, back to grinding, and we'll check back in after we get those done. As you guys can see, we've been working our way through all of these cuts and getting them all smooth and shit, and it is taking a hot minute. Get it? Because molten metal?
Yeah, I get it.
Boo this man.
Yeah, as you guys can see, the lift is absolutely full of metal pieces. The floor is full of metal pieces. And Luke has absolutely destroyed this Ruroc box. What are you stabbing with the Ruroc box with?
Nothing, man. I definitely haven't fashioned a shank.
There's a lot that's been going on in the garage. Luke has fashioned the shank.
Luke over here.
Brian and I have been grinding away at this bike. And what parts were you talking about, the little tool that we're going to wait for next time?
So stuff like this.
Yeah,
And
that piece was hard to
the
get
stuff
to.
that's like in between here, on the inside in between here. I have a 3-inch 90-degree die grinder.
Oh, so you can control it all.
And get it into much smaller places.
Yeah, because there's these little guys that are being a little troublesome to get to currently. All right, we're gonna keep collecting metal on the floor, and we'll check back in when we have a metal skating ring. Dun 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 dun. Watch my power. Silence!
Is that bike rider you know?
Silence! Kind of works. YouTube, my friends, how goeth thee? So, behind us, you... Don't pull the lever. Brian? Brian, if you do it, I swear to God, Spock gets it.
Oh! He doesn't give a shit about Spock.
Alright guys, so here's the sitch. We've been at this for what, an hour and a half? We've been doing nothing but grinding for an hour and a half. I don't think Luke can get any more shots of grinding. So, here's the plan, because you guys can see we're this way. We got these cut flat. We checked it with a bar. That was cool. But Brian has a tool at his house that is going to allow us not only to do this faster, but more accurate. Now, if it was me by myself, who knows? It might happen. But since we do things right now, what we're going to do is stop today. Brian is going to come back on another day this week. We're going to film the rest of this episode. So for today, for us, we're done. You guys will see that part now. So let's check out what that tool looks like, and I'll go back to my human form and be out of... All right, we will see you guys on day 2 of grinding for a epic grinding montage. Can we all say grinding montage on 3? 1, 2, 3. Grinding montage. That was great. I thought I was going to be the only one.
Me too.
Yay. We'll see you guys on day 2. My friends, we are back for part 2 of day 6 of the CBR300. As you guys know, we just ended a second ago with needing tools. Brian has brought those tools. We're going to show them to you now. Don't worry, I am still in costume. Brian, you have brought some really freaking awesome looking tools that I want now. Could you tell us what they are and what they do?
So this is a 90-degree die grinder. It fits all kinds of various things. It's just a high-speed angled tool.
Okay.
And then I have a straight one.
Oh, okay.
And then I have an extended one.
Okay.
And then I brought my cutoff wheel, which is significantly smaller than what we were using, and we should be able to get into some tighter places with it.
Gotcha. So tiny cutoff wheel, 3 die grinders, a 90-degree, a regular, and an extended. How much does one of these things cost, Brian?
I mean, you can get really cheap ones for like $20. You can get really expensive ones for like $150.
Really? So $150 for a really good air tool?
I don't even think these are. I think I bought this and the straight one together as a kit for like $80.
Bro, picking those up. Okay, so if you guys have never watched an episode where we have a lot of monotonous work to do, I think the best thing for us to do is just do a big time lapse. If Luke gets any tight shots of us doing this, we'll do it and I'll show you guys. But this is going to be a big time lapse of doing all these little... Brian's already done a good job like right here compared to yesterday or the other day. But just like that spot, we have these little places to get, these little places to get. That's why we needed the tiny tools to get into there, because the big ass shit I've got ain't gonna work. So if anything comes up, we'll let you know, but otherwise it's time-lapse situation. What's going on, everybody? Checking back in. We are getting close to being done with the grinding section. So as you guys can see, we are looking good there, here. The only spots left that we really need to get, Brian even got the guys down here. These boys and this boy. This one's almost done. Then we got that guy left. There's the guy over there. Oh yeah, there it is. So 1, 2, 3 more spots. This grinding stuff is taking forever, but having these added tools Brian brought is definitely helpful, especially for, like, there's no way we could get into there with the big grinding disc.
No.
Yeah, so we're going to throw more protective gear on, because look at my arm. There's like holes and shit. Alright, so I'm going to go protect my arms, and we're going to finish up this grinding. And after that, we will get into the fabrication process, because we got to get this seat supported on that. So before Brian makes a lot of noise, we're gonna go to that. Do your thing and then do that. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. All right, guys, check it. All the grinding on the frame is basically done. We are now stepping into the fabrication phase. We have, what kind of metal is this?
3/16 plate steel.
Okay, so we have this boy, we have that boy, and we also have this big, thick guy. Now, this piece, this is a little thicker than what Brian brought, but if we use Brian's piece,
1/8 inch.
it's
1/8
already,
inch plate
right, it's already closer to the size of what we'll actually have to cut it down to, and this seems plenty strong to do what it's got to do.
Yeah.
Like that other piece is just absolute overkill. So what is happening?
Everything's fine.
Okay.
I'm just editing my playlist.
Okay, cool. So now that we've got everything ground off the frame, we're gonna start fabricating these pieces together to strengthen them up, and that'll take us into the kind of seat creation, under seat area modification, right? Like fabrication. I don't know. We're gonna start bending and cutting and welding now, so it should be interesting. And Luke has a new hat. No, wear your hat. Wear your fucking hat. You're gonna wear your
fifth element.
Motorcycle.
All right, we're gonna start fabricating and see where this goes. All right, guys, coming back at it. Welding has been completed on the tail bracket.
Is the frame brace.
All right, everybody. So we've got these pieces ground down, as you can see, and we've moved on to welding the bracket back here to kind of hold the frame together. Next steps from here are this is going to be our tail light bracket and license plate holder. So we're going to be welding this, or we're going to weld, or
We're just going to heat it up so we can bend it.
oh,
We're
so
gonna
you can take it on and off.
And we're going to bend it down until it's, like right about parallel here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll drill holes and you can bolt it on and
Okay.
bolt it on and unbolt it.
So the person who owns the bike will be able to put it on and off. Okay. So like I said last time, we are in full fabrication phase at this point. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is our path right now. I'm not sure how much we're gonna do in this episode, but we're getting close to a lot. So, all right, we're gonna make a license plate bracket and a tail light bracket thing, and it might be end. Okay, so.
Like final powder coat.
my friends and comrades, it is all one massive unit. We have a...
An absolute unit.
All right, guys, so as you guys probably just saw, we have the tail light installed on the bracket that's installed onto the bar that's welded into the frame. That is going to be our everything for today. Brian, grab that battery and let's show people the fanciness that is the tail light. Look at that. So freaking cool, dude. So that's our taillight, ladies and gentlemen. Taillight has license plate bracket, integrated turn signal, so we're not gonna have to do anything like any modifications to put turn signals on. They're already inside that taillight, which is one of the main reasons we chose that one. We kind of started this episode with like, we're gonna cut the rear part of the frame off so we can get the seat flat, which we did, obviously, but towards the end, it made more sense to us to kind of like pivot to get a finalized-ish taillight section. And then on the next episode, we're gonna really focus on that bad-ass mother freaking seat. That is going to take a lot of work, a lot of the kind of similar stuff we did today with, you know, fabrication and modifying that. It's gotta fit onto the seat, it's gotta fit with the frame. So we've got a lot of work still. We're nowhere close to powder coat situation with the CBR300, but we are going to continue. So if you wanna see more of that, subscribe. If you guys want to see a playlist for just that CBR300, I'll have a playlist that only shows us modifying the CBR300 down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, and we will see you guys on the next one where we finalize that freaking seat. Let us know in the comments what you guys thought about the taillight that we chose. I think it's pretty sick. I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye. Don't worry, outro crew. I'm not done with you. Outro crew, let us know if you guys have ever done personally this level of frame modification. Just as a reminder, basically cut it off from here back. Let us know where you guys are at. Have you ever done that kind of stuff? Obviously we did with the bobber, but this is the first time with a sport bike, I guess. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.